All right, so today we are at the Macedonia Baptist Church, um, and more specifically, the Macedonia Baptist Church graveyard, because it's Saturday. And we are going to find some Barkleys. I actually know where they're at already because I went and looked ahead of time, but you'll get to see them too. So, the first that we're going to go to is the most, I guess, interesting for me. Yeah, I know. I want to go to this one first, okay? Uh, the first one that we have here is Joel Hicks Barkley and Columbus E, which I believe stands for Edmund Lom Barkley, and respectively, Joel was my grandfather's grandfather, and he was partially named after him. His name was William Joel Barkley. Um, and as you can see, Columbus Lum was his dad. So that, to you guys, would be your great, great, great granddad and your great, 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 great granddad. So how about that? It's a lot of greats, huh? And so for me, it would be great, great, and great, great, great. And their father was the one that was in the Civil War. He was the one. Columbus's dad was the one that was in the Civil War, and so he's not here, at least as far as we know. There are some. This was actually made in and dedicated in 2011 by some of our cousins who are also descendant of Barkleys. I believe that before that, the only markers here were these little field stones that said where the graves were. And as you can see, there are more in this vicinity that are marked as such, and it's possible that some of those could as well be Barkleys. There are actually more Barkleys here, though, even though we're not directly descended from them. They're mostly on this next row, as Luke pointed out one, right? Yeah. Let's go to this one first, though. This is William Franklin Barkley. He was born in 1922 and died in 1991, and he was in the U.S. Army during World War II. And I'll have to go back later and remember exactly what cousin level he is, but I believe that he was like Joel Hicks Barkley's brother's child, I think. Here's another Barkley, Lewis Hicks, who only lived from 1918 to 1919, so that's only 1 year. We've got William L. and Jenny H. Barkley, born in the late 1800s. Jenny lived until 1982. I'm sure that some people watching this video maybe have met her, but I have not, because I wasn't born until 1984. Here's another Edmund C. Barkley, born in 1924. I bet that he was related to the Columbus Edmund Barkley that was
he's also in the U.S. Army.
That was in there, and he lived in 1994. I don't remember ever meeting him, but I may have when I was a kid. But he would have been really old. So, one thing that I noticed here is that a lot of the people in this graveyard, particularly in this area, have the last name. I think it's pronounced Geiss. I'm not really sure. Guice. But when I was looking at some stuff, I saw that Columbus Lum Barkley, his dad, Joel, who died in the Civil War, was supposedly married to a Geis. And so I don't know everything, but I would suspect that some of those are probably related to us in some way that I have not yet determined. But given that they had the same last name and lived in the same area, right? That would make sense, huh?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, I don't know that there's anything else of too much interest for anyone else watching this to see here, but there's the church. It looks like it's really small. I understand that this is the second building, that there had been another one beforehand. Looks like they have a little external fellowship slash picnic area. Looks like a nice little place. I don't think it's going to line up for us to be here on a Sunday this time, but maybe we'll visit on a Sunday some other time and see if anyone knows if they have some old records or something. And we can find out any more information. But for now, I think that's it. And out.